Welcome everybody to tonight's edition of the Team Empire Zoom. Today is August 1st, 2018. We're more than halfway through the year. Holy moly. Let's first start off by saying welcome to all the brand new people, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. We just want to welcome you to the LifeVantage family and to the Empire team, and we're super excited to have you here. You are the lifeblood of our business, and it's our goal to help you get off to a fast start. So we're excited that you're here. I want to say congratulations to all the rank advancements from last month, and congratulations to the people who earned Ireland trip points last month as well. I know it's not showing yet in the back office. Looks like it should be up and running within hopefully a couple of days so that we can be tracking those points really well since we have 10 months to acquire the trip. So let's talk July for just a second. I always like to give you guys some numbers. We were actually down for July. However, 264 people joined our team. So that is so incredibly exciting that 264 people's lives have changed for the positive. And I gotta caveat this with, we had the 4th of July in the middle of a week, which really kind of wiped out both sides of that. Then we had Elite Academy, and then we really had like 2 weeks left coming back from that. So still super impressed with all the productivity that occurred. So my hat's off to you. Cheers to you guys for really putting in a fantastic month. It always puts a big smile on my face watching you guys have success. That's always the goal. That's always the key. So a couple of other things I want to talk about. The Facebook customer group is having a massive Facebook glitch. So it's not on our end. It's in Facebook groups across Facebook. So if you have tried to add somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, why are they not approved? We've tried 400 times on our end. So just so you know, it might take a little bit of extra work, or I'm just waiting for Facebook to do its quick little update, and hopefully that will work. Another note, and I need you guys to pass this on to your team members as well, is from now on, we will be approving, the admins of the group will be approving the people that you're adding to the customer or distributor Facebook group, and you will now be welcoming them. I really want it to be your voice in the welcome. We really just welcomed for so long, just to try to keep everything streamlined, to keep the beginning of the group really stable. And so you can say in your own words how you want to welcome them. So you'll just want to check back. We'll be able to obviously welcome them probably faster this way. And so you'll just want to check back of when you will go and write it in the pinned post. I will make a post about this in the Empire group so that you guys do know how to welcome them in the pinned post. Not with the wording so much, but how to get to the pinned post, and then how to just tag them and make sure their name comes up so that all of that is working seamlessly. And don't forget that there's a distributor group as well. So people that you're talking to about the business, that group is LFVN Sneak Preview. And so that's a great group too. A lot of people that we talk to business wise, that's a great group to put them in because they're able to see the earned income statement. My favorite thing, they're able to see how much money people are making doing our business, at which rank. There's also a full compensation plan video in there done by Dave Fleming from corporate. There's testimonials in there, you guys. There's a whole lot of elite testimonials in there of what the business has been able to do for people with different backgrounds. So that's always super helpful. And sometimes people go to the customer group first, and then they're like, oh my goodness, I want to share this with people. You know, what does that look like? And then we can add them to the distributor group. Or if you're right off the bat talking to people about having, you know, a side business or doing something on the side to help them grow an income, that's always a great group to be able to put them in. One last housekeeping, I believe. This Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time will be our monthly Power Hour training. This month, you have Pro 6 Shannon Shine, Pro 6 Patty Goolsby, Pro 7 myself, and Pro 8 Adam Tim. We're getting a little bit of male energy in there. The topics are mindset and belief, how to talk to potential distributors, and scripts to be able to use for that, how to share your passion, and then also continuing to follow up until the person has become a customer or a distributor. So I'm so super excited about that. Set an alarm on your phone, do whatever it's going to take you to be on Zoom at 9 a.m. on Saturday morning. And this is a cross-culture collaboration, so that you guys know a lot of us are not on the same team. Adam and I actually happen to be, but Shannon and Patty, they're not on the same team, and they're not on the same team as us. And so we really tried to just combine ourselves to give you different flares, so you're not always hearing from the same people, but also so that you can virtually get trained in 1 hour from the comfort of your own home, no matter where you live. And I guess that's probably the part that I love the most, is you can be in your PJs and get trained in the morning. And then obviously we're at the beginning of the month, so that always excites me too, that we can really kick off August from today. You know, sometimes our team calls not for like 6 days after the month starts, but I love it when we're just kicking it off right here at the beginning of the month, and able to talk about that. So here's what I want to talk about tonight, is obviously we're going into August. We have people that are done with their summer vacations. We got kiddos going back to school, which I don't always look at as stressful. I look at as, you know, some people are like, oh my gosh, I got to go school clothes shopping, and I got to go school supply shopping. And really, if we add up that time, it's a couple hours here and there. But I look at it more like a little bit of their time is probably freed up, especially if they are at home with the kids. And so August generally is a really, really, really great month, because some of those vacations that people took this summer that they put on their credit card, they want a way to be able to make that money back to pay off that credit card. And so I say start today. It's August 1st. Start filling your funnel today of people that you're sharing the information with. And remember, even if you're starting out sharing products or putting them into the product customer product page, we can still let them know that there is a way that they can earn income as well by sharing the products with the people that they love and care about. So I just want to throw that in there. I think with the product page, with the customer page, we've gotten really product focused, and I just don't want you guys to forget to be sharing with people that there's an opportunity, because you know, as much as we want to help people with their health, we also want to help people with their wealth. You know, I can say this from a place of, I think we've retired over 24 families total on the Empire team, and being able to see those parents come home is so amazing. Those people obviously made a decision to get started, and they said yes to the business, but then they got to go help their friends and family acquire customers. And then that other person got to go help their friends acquire customers. And here's the deal. If you focus a lot on customers and you're like, I really want to help the world, I really want to get these products out to everybody, get team members, because that's the faster way that everybody can get the information on the product. You figure we can touch so many people by ourselves to talk to them about the product, but if we have, let's just hypothetically say 5 team members that they're all talking to their people too, we've now made an even bigger difference. Okay. I know a lot of people tell me, Amber, I just want to make a difference. I want to be able to talk products with people. I really want to improve their health. And I'm on that same page with you, but on a bigger scale, if we acquire more army team members, like soldiers on the ground, sharing with the people that they love and care about, we're helping that many more people at the same time. So I hope that makes sense. I want to talk goals and road mapping here for a little bit. I hope you have your pen and paper out, because there's no better day to do this than August 1st. I love it, Lori. Lori's like, yes, I have my pen. So there's no better day literally in the whole entire month to do this. This really, really excites me. I love road mapping the month, because to know where we're going, we have to know where we've been, okay? So we all know where we ended July at, and I don't care what the number was. I don't care if the number was $500. I don't care if the number was $5,000. I don't care where the number was, but we have a fresh, clean slate starting today. What are we going to do with August? Where are we going to take our August? How many people are we going to share with and talk to? And if we can literally get ourselves a clear, defined goal for the month and break that down to the actions and productivity that we're going to take daily, it's so much easier to stay on track. Because you think, if we kind of just go, oh, I'd like to grow my business this month, okay? That attitude will get us to no phone calls, no sharing of the information, or maybe a little bit. Okay. And we'll forget that we didn't share with anybody for 2 days. We'll forget that we didn't share with anybody for 5 days. But if we have a clear defined goal and we're stating, you know, hey, I want to be able to talk to 2 people a day, for, let's just say 5 of the 7 days out of the week, that's 10 people for the week. Okay. And then we're able to keep ourselves on track. Did I talk to my 2 today? Did I talk to my 2 tomorrow? Did I talk to my 2 the next day? And I got to tell you guys, this information is so golden to keep you on track. Okay. Because yes, our mindsets get a little bit rocky. You know, people that we're talking to, if they say no, they don't want to be a product user, or no, they don't want to join our business, sometimes it's a little discouraging. We're all human beings, and it doesn't matter what rank you're at. It's still, you know, like, darn it. Especially those people, you know, that we're like, oh my gosh, they could be so great at this, or oh my gosh, they really need this product. And so being able to keep our energy even, and not letting our highs get too high and not letting our lows get too low. And that's why I say, if we're doing this continually, you're continuing to have people in your funnel to talk to, so that if you get a no, or somebody says no, it's not really a big deal. If you've talked to 10 people this week, you're not totally heartbroken over 1 or 2 no's, or even 5 no's, because you still are talking to 5 other people. Now you can adjust these numbers to what fits into your schedule. I always say 15 presentations a month. If you're, you know, just baseline, okay? If you're a super runner and you want to be a top producer, double that number. And then again, if we break this down, you guys, that's only 1 person talking to a day. August actually has 31 days, so you'd have a day off. But I personally take Sundays off. And so I don't do any reach outs or any of that stuff on Sunday. So I work my schedule around all those other days, you know. And let's just hypothetically say last Friday, my daughter and I got to spend the day with my dad. So I was not working that day. So I just made sure I got my contacts in actually before. I didn't leave it until the next day. I didn't say, oh, I'll do Friday's contacts on Saturday. I said, oh, I'm going to go have a fun day tomorrow, so I'm going to get those contacts in today. Okay. Now, again, if you've chosen to do 2 people a day, reach out to 2 people a day, that doesn't mean just reach out and they don't respond to you. Okay. So you might have to do more than 2 to get 2 people on the video, or 2 people on a webinar, or 2 people to a meeting, or whatever that looks like for you. But don't just leave 2 voice messages or text 2 people and go, okay, there was my 2 reach outs. Okay, sweet, I'm done for the day. Like, hold yourself accountable to go a little bit further. So let's talk about this. If we're doing 2 a day for 5 days this week, take off whatever days you want to. And that means, like I said, at the end of the week, we have 10 people in the funnel. Potentially some of those have said yes, potentially some of those have said no, and potentially some of those want more information. Okay, again, if 5 of them said, no, thank you, I don't want this at all, no product, no business, we still have 5 people in the funnel. You're still a happy person. You're not feeling down and discouraged, like, oh my gosh, all these people aren't doing it. I got to tell you, you guys, the only difference between a brand new team member and a Pro 8, let's just say, a Pro 8 got more no's. That's it. A Pro 8 persevered. A Pro 8 didn't go, oh my gosh, my 3 best friends said no and I'm out. Like, this doesn't work. I don't know. You know, I really thought they were going to see what I saw. And that's truly your difference. They just have been beat up a little bit more than you. It's kind of like a kid, you know, and we're like, the kids right now, you know, like, hey, what do you want to be when you grow up? It's like, oh, I want to be the president of the United States, or I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be an NFL football player. You know, they have this vision that they haven't been beat up yet. So they get to think to themselves, they can do whatever they want to do. And as long as us parents are pouring that into them, they still believe that, okay? Now, for us, we've just been beat up a little bit more in life. So same thing with ranks in our company, okay? If you can literally, again, leave your highs not going too high and your lows not going too low and continually share with people, that's when you're going to see results. Everyone likes to ask me like, hey, Amber, what's the secret? What's the secret to success? What's the secret to people saying yes? What's the secret to this? The secret is being absolutely normal and not weird and awkward, not trying to be a chemist overnight or a doctor, not trying to sound like you know everything. And literally that's so important, you guys. You don't want your friends thinking, oh my gosh, did Carolyn just become a doctor overnight? Like, how does she know all this information? Wait, I knew her as, I don't know what to do, but I'm just gonna say, I knew her as a school teacher. You know, like, how did she know all this information overnight? Because you want them to feel like they can do this too. Okay. And that's the whole point of getting them on the phone with somebody else, so that they can hear a different voice. They can hear from somebody else who's just been doing the business a little bit longer than you, a little bit. Okay. So it doesn't have to be an elite distributor. It doesn't have to be a Pro 6. It can just be somebody who knows the information, that has been doing it a little bit longer, and it's not your voice, okay? Generally, I still will put the people that I'm talking to on the phone with somebody else. I had a team member get started yesterday, and she had a three-way call, guys. So it's like still the process. I want people to hear from somebody else's voice rather than my own, because they might know me as Presley's mom. They might know me as through the dance world from when I was younger. They might know me, you know, all these different ways. And all of a sudden I start talking about NRF2 and superoxide dismutase and catalase, and they're like, who are you? And what planet did you come from? And you also got to remember, even if you think you sound really smart, that is not duplicatable. They don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can learn this and I could go share this information with people. They're thinking, that is way too much. When you confuse people, they do nothing. Remember, okay? Confused people do nothing. The less you say, the better off you are, okay? Even if you're so super stinking excited, the less you can say, the better off you are, because the more we talk, the more we confuse them. Okay. And then once people are confused, they're like, I don't know. And then they're not answering the phone. And then they're like, I don't know, even know what she was talking about. It was way too doctory. And now excitement is a different thing, you know. If you can raise your voice to be a little bit more excited than you are on a normal basis, to let people know, hey, I'm excited about this. You know, I really want to share this information with you. I'm super excited that it even came across to me. I'm like lucky. And this is truly the way I feel. Like the fact that LifeVantage came through my path somehow, some way, I'm so super thankful. And so saying that to somebody is so much more natural and realistic than saying something completely scripted and robotic and not sounding like you, okay? So when in doubt, be yourself. When in doubt, if you're nervous, I want you to say, hey, Lisa, I'm really super nervous to talk to you because I really admire you, and I think you're such an incredible businesswoman. And so I'm a little bit nervous, but I really want to share this information with you. Do you have 10 minutes? Okay. Does that sound more normal than going, oh my gosh. So I joined this publicly traded company and I got some stuff to share with you. When do you think you'd have 10 minutes to be in front of your computer and we could get this information across to you? Okay, which one, you know, it's like, which one sounds better? Be normal, be real, be yourself, be honest. If you're nervous, say you're nervous, okay? So now let's go back to the people that we're gonna talk to if we're doing, I'm just hypothetically gonna use 2 a day for 5 days, whatever those days are for you, okay? Now, if you're a full-time employee and children and all these other things, and you can do 1 a day for 5 days, great, do that. Just whatever you do, you know, and there's some people who do 5 a day. My point is, do what works for you, to not go, okay, I'm going to do 10 a day, talk to 10 people a day. And by day 2, you're like, holy crap, I can't do 10 a day. So then day 3, you do nothing. Day 4, you do nothing. Day 5, you do nothing. And then you're like, well, I already talked to 2. This is a business of consistency. Okay. And so I would say, always say lower the number to make sure that you're hitting those numbers so that you're feeling accomplished. And again, so that if somebody's saying, no, thank you, or no, you're crazy, or any of the mean things that people say, it brushes off your shoulder and you're like, no problem. Because guess what, you guys, at this point, if somebody tells me I'm crazy, I dead serious, this is probably rude, but I dead serious think they're crazy. Like, I literally am like, right. Being in my pajamas all day and not having makeup on and getting my coffee from my kitchen or at Starbucks, whatever time of the day I want to, and being home when my child gets home from school, like, I'm crazy? Like, what? You know? And so I'm not trying to be rude, but what I am saying is, like, don't take it so personally, because they're already judging us. Pro 8 Tiana Tim always keeps me even. I think I say this every call. But one of the things she said years and years ago from stage was, people are already judging us. They're already judging us by what we're wearing or what we look like or what our kids are saying or doing or what car we're driving or what our house looks like inside or outside. They're already judging us, you know? So it's like, there's no more judgment that can come. It's like, no. Like, this is what I'm doing. And you know what? Maybe something that they're doing, we're not super 100% passionate. So try to not take it so personally. Try to just stay consistent to going through your list, to sharing the information. The whole goal is really to take them through the funnel. The whole goal is sharing a video with them, getting them on a webinar, getting them to a meeting, continuing to do your follow-up, and then still continuing to do your follow-up. And while you're on follow-up number 4 with this person over here, you're still talking to brand new people over here. Now, if you can keep all of this going, which I'm telling you, that's why I'm giving you low numbers to make it really super seamlessly easy for you, your emotions will stay so much more even. Okay. Okay. So if we're doing 2 a day, that means that if we're doing 2 a day for 5 days, that means that we're talking to 30 people this month. Okay. Now, if you stick to these numbers, out of 30 people, how many people do you think will say, yes, I absolutely want to use these products. Yes, I absolutely want to do the business. Okay. In your own head. Yeah, there you go, Carolyn, and even in your own, is it 10? Is it 5? Is it whatever? The piece that everybody seems to struggle with is the consistency piece. The continuing to talk after maybe a little bit of a beat up, or, you've acquired all these customers and you're like, oh my goodness, where's the distributors coming from? And sometimes if you're acquiring a ton of customers, guess what? You're probably just talking product to people. Okay. Which is totally okay. Either way, it's totally okay. It's up to you. If you want to acquire customers, talk to people about product first. If you want to acquire team members, talk to people about business. Talk to people about freeing up some of their time. Talk to people about making an extra $200 or $500 to $1,000 a month. Because that's what, I got to tell you, that's what, I don't know the exact percentage, but that's what most people want when they begin a network marketing business. I wanted big time money from the jump, but what I really wanted was $600 a month. So I fell right in that category, and I would guarantee you that a ton of elite distributors would tell you the exact same thing. And so literally just thinking to yourself, how am I going to approach this person? Maybe you have a really amazing testimonial with the products. You can still start out by sharing the business. Hey, I have something I really want to share with you. And I get to do this as a business on the side of what I'm already currently doing, and make a side income. Like, who doesn't want a side income? Okay. And remember, even if that's the way you approach somebody, guess what the fallback is? Our amazing products. Okay. So either way, they're getting information about product. So you just got to decide, hey, do I want to start off talking to somebody a little bit more businessy? Like, hey, you really should check this out. Or maybe you've been in the business for a couple months and you've made collectively, maybe you add up all your checks and you've made $500. And you tell somebody like, hey, look, I've actually made $500 on this side business that I'm doing. I really would love to share it with you. Are you open to that? Are you open to making a side income? Those are some really simple ways to flip the way you're doing it. neither way is wrong, you guys. You know, I always say talk about what you're passionate about. But if you're in a position where you're like, I really want to acquire some distributors, flip that language. If you're in a position where you're like, I really just want to talk to every single person I know to acquire customers, then get them inside the customer group. Let them have all the information customer-wise. Just remember, if we're going to save the world health-wise, we've got to have a lot of team members and soldiers on the ground in our army to be able to reach all of these people. Right now on our team, there's over 26,000 people. So 26,000 people have been affected in a positive way from LifeVantage, whether it be from products or whether it be from the business. And so I always think to myself, you know, if let's just say Tiana and Adam, if they would have never said yes, nothing beyond that, none of those people would be benefiting from product or business. Okay. And I want you guys to think of it kind of like that, because it's the people we share with, we're really placing a gift in their hand. All they're doing is deciding if they want to open the gift or not. And so if you can keep that mindset, I'm giving you a couple analogies here just to keep you really super even, keep you really super consistent. Okay. So the other thing I want you to write down on your paper right now, is where you want to end the month at. Okay. Now it can either be dollars or it can be a rank if that's what you're looking for. I want you to make it attainable plus a little bit of stretching yourself. Okay. I always find that works out so super well, because some people will go, oh my gosh, I want to be, you know, a Pro 7 in 2 months. And it's like, okay, let's reevaluate a little bit. We gotta take those baby steps before we take those really big steps. But the more people, again, that we have talking about this on your team, the faster your business is going to grow. And so decide where you want to be at the end of the month. Okay. Decide if you want to grow your business by $500. Decide if you want to grow your business from Pro 3 to Pro 4. Decide if you want to grow your business from Pro 5 to Pro 6, and then figure out if it's attainable. You can also look and see how much your business grew last month, or the month before that, or the month before that. And you can kind of gauge what you're trending at. You can gauge if you're growing by, you know, $1,000 a month, or if you're growing by $5,000 a month and you've added new team members. That's really how you can gauge those numbers. I would say if you're a Pro 1, I would absolutely hands down go for Pro 2 this month. Hands down. And that's just throwing it out there for Pro 1s. If you're a Pro 2, I would absolutely go for Pro 3 this month. And remember, pace setters still in motion. So there's if you're a brand new person, there's money to be made there, which is even more exciting. Okay, you have to be a brand new person starting in July for that to occur. However, you know, just inching up those ranks, and truly, you know, if you're a Pro 1 or a Pro 2, go acquire a couple of distributors. You know, it's one platinum pack distributor and a couple of customers to get to that next rank, or going from Pro 2 to Pro 3, 2 new distributors, which really could be one new distributor for you, and I'm talking platinum pack wise, one new distributor for you, and getting them one new distributor for them. So don't overcomplicate things. Just really break it down and go, where do I want to be when the month ends? How many people can I talk to a day for how many days per week? And then you stay darn stinking consistent as possible. Make sure that your list is in front of you. It's written down on paper. A lot of people, I'm like, where's your list? And they're like, in my phone or in my head, or and I'm like, well, yeah. Get it on paper. Get it on paper. You got to have some type of follow-up system, you know, even if it's in your phone. When I talk to somebody, there is a follow-up within 24 to 48 hours, no matter what. And, you know, unless they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be in England for a week. You know, obviously I'm not going to be like, hey, following up with you in England. But you get my drift. So do that 24 to 48 hour follow-up and continue doing that throughout the month. Okay. I'm really pushing for you guys. I'm really pushing for some awesome growth, because next month, at the end of September, whatever rank you're at on September 30th, is what you walk stage for at convention. In Salt Lake City, Utah, October 24th through the 27th. That's what you'll walk stage as. And those moments are so incredible. It feels so accomplishing. I think I would speak for all the other leaders on our team that I love seeing team members do it more than myself doing it. You feel like a big mama bear, like, oh my gosh, these little cubs, I just love you guys. And so there you go. And if we're moving August, then we're going to have a lot easier time moving September. So I hope that all resonates with you, turns on a light bulb, like, okay, let's rock August. Let's get this into play. Let's stay consistent. Let's keep our emotions even. And reach out to people. You never know who's going to say yes, and you never know who's going to say no. It's proven time after time after time. These flies, this fly won't leave me alone. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I will see you guys next Wednesday night at 7 p.m. This is a weekly Zoom for you. And I adore you guys. Thank you so much for being on here. Thank you for giving me your smiley faces. And let's go be productive, and let's change the world. Let's do it. So have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.